Assassin's Creed Black Flag is over 10 years old, and I believe that we need a remaster of this game. Now, Black Flag is one of my favourite Assassin's Creed games of all time. It's top 3 for me. You have Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, number 2, and Black Flag. And for Brotherhood and number 2, we have a remaster, we have a PS4 edition, but we have nothing for Black Flag. And I actually do believe we need a remastered version of Black Flag, and it kind of does it a disservice if we don't get one. Now, the reason that I believe that Black Flag deserves a remaster is for a simple reason, and that reason is that the game's really fucking good. If I had to put it plain and simple for you, the game is just that good. I think it deserves a remaster. The game is, again, over 10 years old now. I don't think it's aged badly or anything like that, but I just think it deserves a remaster. We've had the Ezio collection, and I think Edward Kenway deserves a remaster of his own game, considering how good it is and how loved it is. And it always confuses me how, Ubisoft have never really capitalised on Black Flag. And what I mean by that, if they've done no other pirate game ever since Black Flag came out, yeah, you've had sailing in other games like I think Odyssey, and I think Odyssey and Valhalla, but that's about it. Nothing else really to it, And the world of Black Flag I thought was great as well. I thought the exploration was really fun, and everything about it I really did enjoy. Even was it Kenway's fleet? I didn't really discover that my first playthrough. I think it was like my second playthrough, and I put loads of time into it. But again, even like many things like that, I think played a big part in that Assassin's Creed. And I don't think we see that with many Assassin's Creed games nowadays. But it's not just the gameplay what makes me want a remaster of this game. I also like Edward Kenway a lot. I thought what we did with the story, it was a bit different. You're not really an assassin, you're a pirate who then kind of becomes an assassin. I kind of liked that, how it played out, how you're just like some pirate who doesn't really give a fuck about anyone or anything. You just want to make the most money possible, to becoming a fully fledged assassin. I thought that was a great story. Something a bit different compared to what we were usually getting, like being in the family sort of thing. And I just thought it was a lot different. I thought Edward Kenway was really great, a bit charismatic, a bit like Ezio in some sense, which hasn't really been captured with many other protagonists, in my opinion. And I think Edward Kenway was great. We should have got more games with Edward Kenway. This is what I hate about Ubisoft. They gave Ezio 3 games, and that's why he's so loved. We all love Ezio. He's had 3 games. He's had number 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations. He got 3 games, and ever since that, we've never had a protagonist get more than 1 game, and it's always baffled me. Ubisoft know that, give a character a few games and they'll be loved. And I thought the perfect opportunity for that was Edward Kenway, and the next perfect opportunity for that was Bayek from Assassin's Creed Origins. And guess what? Ubisoft did nothing with it. After Black Flag, they went on to make Unity, and I forgot the guy's the protagonist's name in Unity. Is he Arno? And I didn't really like Arno that much. He was just an okay character, very forgettable in my opinion. And then after Origins, you had Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where you could choose between Alexa and the other person. I can't remember. Like I said, very forgettable. Didn't really like Odyssey's character. I know the woman one was meant to be like the meta or canon or whatever, the better version, but I didn't like either of them. I thought they were both a bit boring. And I feel like ever since Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Ubisoft have kind of struggled with protagonists, other than, like I said, Bayek. They've struggled, they've been Unity, Syndicate with 2, Evie and the other person. You've had Origins, which was good. You've had Odyssey, you've had Valhalla, and you've had Mirage. And I just think only Origins has done it well since Black Flag, and I just miss it when Ubisoft would make decent protagonists, and we haven't been getting that. And I feel like we need a remaster of this game so Assassin's Creed fans can understand what a good main character is again, rather than getting these boring, generic, uncharismatic main characters we've been getting for the past few years now. It just gets very stale and boring. I also believe that Ubisoft need to remaster Black Flag, simply because there's an untouched market when it comes to pirate games. I mentioned this in my Rockstar Games video the other day, what we should do after GTA 6. If you're interested in that, check it out by the way. But I just mentioned how I'd love a new IP from Rockstar Games, all to do with a pirate game. And obviously, Ubisoft has the best experience with a pirate game, considering they've made the best pirate game of all time. And there's not much out there when it comes to pirate games. You know, they're trying to make, is it Skull and Bone or Skull and Bones, whatever it's called. That's been delayed a few times now. We don't actually know if we're ever going to see that game see the light of day. And if it does, will it just be another generic Ubisoft game? If you remaster Assassin's Creed Black Flag, you know, the only thing you got to do is tune it up a bit. The game hasn't really aged that badly. You know, tune it up a bit, maybe add in some lost content, some ideas you had chucking about in the lab when you're creating the game, and you'll be sorted. You know, make it cheap as well, don't make it overpriced. You know, it's only a remaster, not a remake. Like calm down. But it is Ubisoft, so if you love money, they'll probably just make it full price knowing them. But I think it'll be a great idea because, you know, it's something they're already familiar with. And say if the remaster does really well, why not make another pirate game? You've shown that you have a bit more interest in pirate games considering you're trying to make Skull and Bone. So why not just continue it off with Assassin's Creed Black Flag remaster and then move on and maybe do something with Edward Kenway again? I think that would be a great idea. And my final reason is that it's the safest option when it comes to releasing the next game. Ubisoft are kind of in a bad situation where it feels like every release they come out with just kind of flops. Everyone forgets about it, and it's just, you had Valhalla, and that had its like a bit of a fan base, I suppose. Not really. It doesn't really. I'm not the audience for that game. I don't like the RPG Assassin's Creed. I really liked Origins, and I thought Origins did it quite well. But after that, I despise Odyssey. I only played a tiny bit of Valhalla. Really didn't like that either. So I feel like we should ditch the RPG games. I know we've got Assassin's Creed Red, is it? That one what's in Japan. And I think that's meant to be an RPG game. Don't quote me on that. But I feel like we should ditch it. You know, although it's been doing well money-wise, they've kind of tarnished the reputation with the Assassin's Creed fanbase, in my opinion. That was the whole reason why they came out of Assassin's Creed Mirage. And I only played a tiny bit of that. And the reason why I ditched that game is simply because of the combat. I didn't like the combat at all in that game. You know, I thought the stealth was pretty cool. I didn't like the combat. And when I won't lie, I heard off a few friends of mine who've got the platinum on the game that the game just isn't that good. So I decided not to waste my time on the game. You know, and many people like the game, many people dislike the game. I've seen it's been quite a 50-50 split. And I just feel like Assassin's Creed 4 Remaster, it's such a safe bet. You know, what's the worst what could happen with that? You do it really shit. Well, I suppose it is Ubisoft, so that is quite a big possibility. But regardless, let's say things go well, you know, let's say you do your job properly for once, Ubisoft. You know, the game comes out, no bugs or anything like that. The game looks gorgeous. You know, it's a much bigger step ahead of the original. You know, much big changes. You add in extra content. You know, it's quite a reasonable price. I mean, it's such a safe bet because you're getting people back into the Assassin's Creed series, especially the OGs as well, who liked Assassin's Creed Black Flag. You'll get the new fans coming into play because it's the next title that you're releasing. And then you could set up a new Black Flag or something to do with Edward Kenway or another pirate game, and people probably give it a second chance, you know what I mean? But if you don't do this, I mean, they probably won't. There's actually been a few rumours of it, but rumours are rumours. Don't ever believe in them unless like they're a decent source. But yeah, I just feel like Assassin's Creed Black Flag needs a remaster. It's such a great game. I can't get over how much of a great game it is. I want more pirate games coming out, so that's maybe a reason why I've made this video, because I really wanted a pirate game to come out, and Assassin's Creed 4 is just really good. So yeah, but that's why I believe that Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag deserves a remaster. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please share your thoughts in the comments, because I like to interact with you guys and see what you think about the video or what you think about the topic of the video.